First of all, I would like to say thank you to the members of the dating conversation. I enjoyed spending time with you guys and getting a chance to meet you in person at the meet and greet. The dating conversation is put together by Makiba Crabtree. She's the arbitrator. And it was good to finally meet you, Makiba. It was good to meet Lauren Bright and Gloria Caruth, Big Jack and Jeff. Good to meet you brothers. And Charlene and Catrice. Renee, it was good to see you again. Latanya Jones, good to meet you. Enjoyed your energy. And I look forward to the next opportunity to be in the same environment with a group of young men and women who are coming together, as Makiba put it, to try to get on the same page about a subject that we're all very passionate about. I want to take a few minutes and respond to a post that I came across in the dating conversation group. It was posted by Lauren Guillory, and my response is in no way a reflection on her position of the subject. She just asked the question about the importance of the marriage license, and we refer to it commonly as that little piece of paper. Now, I don't want to talk about the legality of the piece of paper because that's where it seems like people get a little distracted and tangled up. I do want to spend a few minutes and talk about the psychology that is associated with the marriage license. The psychology of the marriage license, without getting into the legal ramifications, is a piece of paper or a document or a contract that represents that I am responsible, or that I take responsibility for you in all cases whatsoever from now on. It represents that in case of an emergency, I am the point or the first point of contact. The psychology behind the marriage license is that I don't have to wait in the waiting room. I have instant access to you in your time of need. If we are in a social or business gathering, the psychology behind that little piece of paper is that I don't have to explain who you are once I tell people or introduce you as my wife. When I say this is my wife, that's the end of that conversation. Unless someone wants to ask how long have we been married, but who you are to me, we're done with that part. Now, if you're in a room, in an environment where everyone else had a spouse and you're there and everyone is saying, this is my husband and this is my wife, and then you go, well, this is my, and then you and your significant other would have to agree on what that should sound like. And furthermore, the psychology behind the marriage license is intended to make your lives simpler, in that you don't have double-sided conversations. When you're not married, you're single. And when you're single, there are certain positions that you cannot have when you're not the wife. So the question is not how important the piece of paper is. The question is, how important is it to you that you are the wife? The question is not how important the piece of paper is. The question is, how important is it to you that you are a part of the family? The question is, how important are you to him? See, when we get into the importance of the piece of paper, that's really not that big of a deal. And so I say, if it's not that big of a deal, the piece of paper, if it actually means very little, then why are people willing to go to jail and march for the right to have one. That little piece of paper, the psychological weight outweighs the legality of it by far, because you're saying, I'm all in. I'm 100% in. See, marriage is the only institution, with all things being equal, where anything less than 100% is failure. It's like you can't look to the left or to the right in any locker room on any team and ask your teammate, how committed are you? And they say 50%. That's not acceptable. 75% is not acceptable. 99% is not acceptable. Because who are you holding that 1% out for? This is the only business, marriage, where 100% is the standard in terms of buy-in and commitment. And if the person that is with you is suggesting from a psychological standpoint that the reason why I'm not marrying you is because I'm not going to sign a contract when I'm not completely sold on the idea. So it's not about the piece of paper. It's about how important it is for you to be introduced as the wife. Have you ever thought about why in the past 100 years that all presidents of the United States have been married? I'm not trying to make that into anything. I just think that it is interesting that being married or having the wife or the husband is a component of the highest office. What I'm suggesting to you is